Welcome to all those watching. Today we are going to be presenting our NASA Hunch presentation, which we have had the liberty of working on for the past 3 months. We are going to be showcasing our 3 sensors that we have come up with thus far into our work. The 3 sensors include a dust sensor, a gas sensor, and a motion detection sensor, which can also be referred to as a PIR sensor. So a little bit more about the actual sensors. We originally had 4 sensors. Unfortunately, due to technical issues, our 4th sensor was a temperature/humidity sensor, but during transportation prior to the presentation date, it became damaged, so that was out of our reach to use. More on the actual sensor itself, the temperature and humidity sensor picked up the temperature, which was modeled before by 3 light bulbs when we decided to change it to an LCD screen to work more efficiently with the actual display. It also picked up humidity, so the levels of H2O inside the actual habitat, and more into our other sensors later on. So here is one out of our 3 sensors. This one's going to be our PIR sensor, which detects infrared light and basically displays motion detected and motion stopped. Here we can see it being showcased inside of its 3D printed design. This would model the actual space station and the rooms that would actually be in the space station. So here we can see it being modeled by a hand going in front of the sensor, displaying motion detected, motion stopped. Okay, so on to our 2nd sensor. Here we have our gas sensor. This is basically detecting any oxygen and carbon dioxide that's in the actual air. Here it is being showcased inside once again in its 3D printed model. This would also replicate the actual space station, and this is basically going to be filtering and adjusting the astronauts' oxygen and carbon dioxide levels. Here it is being actually modeled with a spraying of water, basically detecting over 400 would detect smoke. So moving on to our 3rd and final sensor, this is going to be our dust sensor, which uses detection on the actual dust concentration to be able to pick up on the levels of dust inside of each respected room. Here it is being modeled by our 3D printed design, which it is encased in. And here's just a little overview of what it looks like. So for the actual example, we used pencil shavings to detect dust, as you can see on the LCD screen, and that's about it. So that about wraps up our NASA Hunch presentation. We again had the liberty of working on it for the past 3 months. We came up with 3 sensors. We came into this not knowing much about Arduino and the actual coding itself. It was a very self-learning kind of project, and 3 sensors that we came up with again were the dust, gas, and motion sensors. We originally had another one, which was the temperature/humidity sensor, but due to transportation issues that was damaged, and so that's why we only came up with 3. Thank you again so much for anybody watching this, and we hope that we are in your considerations for the next round.